Oh no, it's slowing down. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. One more full rotation. Come on, land me in front of the camera. No! Hi, this is Dodger, and you're watching my show, and I'm an adult. So I hope that you all had a great weekend. I had a revelation yesterday, actually, where I looked in the mirror and realized that the color of my hair and the color of my face are slowly starting to become the same color. You might say I'm crazy, but it's just slowly starting to look like a mush to me. And I think maybe I just need to re-dye my hair. Wow, Dodger, just looking for any excuse to dye your hair, huh? I don't know who I was mimicking just then. I don't know who that was supposed to be, or like what aspect of society that was supposed to be. I don't know. So for gaming news, any of you who play WoW and have been like, oh man, I have to buy a new expansion in order to play the Pandarin, that sucks because I've been paying $15 a month and now I'm broke. Turns out that in a future patch they are going to make it so that anybody can play any of the available races regardless of what expansions they actually have. I find this curious because it's just going to give people a reason not to buy the expansion, right? I can't quite figure out why they would want to do that. Yes, it keeps the players happy. It makes it so that we can be like, oh, I really wanted to play Pandarin. Thanks so much, Blizzard. But I'm wondering at what point people are going to say, oh, well, now I've reached the point in the game where I really do need to buy the expansion. I don't know, I guess the biggest problem would just be the people that re-roll a lot, right? Because anybody else who would be willing to take that character all the way to the end, they would eventually need to buy the expansion. So people like me that like to get to a certain level and then go, I'm kind of bored with this person, I think maybe I'll just make a new one. I'm the issue. So Blizzard, let's talk. How do you woo me? Oh, I didn't spend very much at all. And again, this doesn't just apply to Pandarin. This applies to all races that are typically attached to a specific expansion. It's going to allow anybody who wants to play any possible race, but again, the Pandarin won't be available until September 25th when the actual expansion comes out. What just drove by? A tank? Dang. I think we can all agree that one of the most beloved low-impact games would be Plants vs. Zombies. They've finally announced Plants vs. Zombies 2, but the sad thing is, it won't be available until next spring. Really, that's the only information that they've given us. Coming out late spring, and there's going to be lots of new zombie types and lots of new plant types. So I think it's exciting for a lot of people. So many people love that game, man. Ro's gonna just have a baby. Have a Plants vs. Zombies baby out of excitement. I don't know, guys. I tried to save it, but when the first word that pops out of your mouth is baby, like there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere you can go from there. My favorite piece of news, though, brace yourselves. I've been wondering for a while now when Tokyo Jungle was going to come out in the US because I really want to play it. Tokyo Jungle, for those of you who don't know, is a post-apocalyptic game in which you play one of 50 different animals that are existing in Tokyo just milling around, and you have to survive and eat and procreate and all sorts of other nonsense. It looks so great. I will link you to the trailer because if you haven't seen it, if you don't know what this game is, I need you to see it. It's so amazing. And there are two modes to it. There's like a survival mode where you just try to survive with as many generations as possible. And then the other mode is like a story mode where you find out what actually happened to the humans, which both sound interesting and fun. One of the animals you can play is a baby chicken. How do you exist? How do you live when some of the other animals are dinosaurs? How? Anywho, so Tokyo Jungle is coming out in North America the same day as the Pandarin expansion. What? September 25th is when it's coming out. It's only $15, which we lucked out big time because in Japan it was the equivalent of like $50. I know it's a PlayStation 3 game. I don't know if it's coming out on PSN or if it's a game that you would actually have to like physically buy. I'm not positive actually now that I think about it. Ugh, guys, Tokyo Jungle is gonna be so good. What if it's terrible? What if after all this time of me watching little videos of people playing Pomeranians and running around killing squirrels, what if after all this it's a bad game? Time for a sad spin. Dang it! I can never quite make it all the way around. It's really upsetting to me. Oh, as a last thing that I wanted to talk about, I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking about the Women of Geekdom calendar, whether or not there's a way to buy it, if you missed out on the Kickstarter, or when it's shipping, all sorts of questions. So the website is like officially up. You can see teaser photos. The photos that you see on the website are not the ones that are on the actual calendar, but it gives you an idea of a bunch of the costumes and the way that things wound up looking. They are gorgeous. The photographer was just so sweet and really good. So when you go to the website, there's a little button that says pre-order, and if you click on that, it'll take you to like a little store and you can pre-order it. They're shipping out mid-November, so pretty soon here. You'll definitely get it in time for the 2013 year. We had a lot of really cool people involved. Laura, that started the whole thing, was just so sweet and made it all happen, and my good friend Satine was dressed up as Vivi, and she just did an amazing job. And then Chloe Dykstra, if you watch Nerdist stuff, you might know her. She was a gender-bent Doctor Who. There was just so many cool things happening under one roof. My costume was askew on the pre-infested Kerrigan costume. There have been some pictures filtering around on the internet, and there's definitely one on the website if you wanted to look at that. I'm actually not sure what photo is going to be on the calendar. I'm not positive, but I'm really excited by the ones I've seen so far. So I think it's gonna be real cool. I'll link you guys in the description if you wanted to go there and just check it out, or if you actually wanted to buy it. Either way, it would be so amazing for you to go and look around. They have a contact us button if for any reason you try to purchase it and it doesn't work. And they were saying that they've been checking those constantly to make sure that everybody's having an okay time with it. So they're being dutiful. But anywho, thank you so much for all of the support when we were doing the Kickstarter, and even now still asking about it. We really, really appreciate it. We had so much fun making it. So I hope that you guys like it when you get it. And overall, that is my show. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And if you want to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. But otherwise, I hope that you guys had an amazing weekend again, and I will talk to you on Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah. No!